Welcome to your daily dose of astrological insight and inspiration for Tuesday the 15th of October 2024. I'm intuitive evolutionary astrologer and psychic tarot reader, Crystal, the crystalline priestess. Now we have a very heavy day ahead of us. Let's get into it, my loves. Okay guys, so we have the exact Venus opposition with Uranus today at the same time as we have that grand T-Square still pumping along. Mercury's now 1 degree into Scorpio, but still kind of dancing around with that little square, but it's fading now, and at least that sort of pressure is releasing. But oh my god. Wow, I literally just saw my dog in a huff throwing my clothes off the chair so that he can sit off it, and the clothes absolutely just went flying. Wow, so this is a weird day. I think it's going to be a strange day. I feel like this is where spontaneous things are going to shift up. I think I think shit's going to hit the fan. That's kind of what I saw that as for some of us, shit's going to hit the fan. I think a lot of us could be really dealing with depressing feelings today, if I'm really quite honest. I think this is definitely one of those days that if you know someone's going through a really hard time at the moment, this is probably the day to reach out to them, because I can guarantee you that they are feeling the roughness. Just if you're feeling rough, my love, they are feeling rougher. We have fulfillment of wishes, which I love. So I think that is actually quite positive, because I do like the fact that this Venus opposition with Uranus does mean it's not a good or a bad thing. You know, it's not positive and it's not negative. Venus is, it's more of a benefic planet. It's more positively orientated, but I think that the opposition with Uranus on Algol, the fact that Venus is actually in her detriment sign, I think that it's really got us needing to look at things in a more clear perspective than we normally would. We're having to have more wits about us when it comes to where we're actually putting our energy and our attention and our focus. I think a lot of us are needing to not amplify worry at the moment, because I think worry is really coming up. But this fulfillment of wishes I really like. We have shadow and we have new beginnings. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're needing to look at the shadow in order to be able to fill our cups, to create these wishes, this wish fulfillment through a new beginning, through a new start, through a new way of showing up and sharing, and through a new way of essentially getting to work and being. We have truth coming out at the bottom of the deck as well, and I absolutely love that, because I really feel as though this is a day of seeing the truth. It's the truth about how we feel about ourselves. It's the truth about a lot of things in life. I think even in the world, in the global sphere, this could be a day where we're seeing a lot of stuff coming out in the news. We are seeing a lot of truths and a lot of fear as well. I think that we could be seeing, with Venus being in Scorpio in that opposition to Uranus, a lot of spontaneous fear that we're seeing coming up. So we're really needing to be really clued in and sticking to our own spiritual truth at the moment, because I feel like at the moment, because of all this intensity, look at these transits, my loves. You guys can see how red and thick these lines are. That means that they are very strong squares that we're currently experiencing. So we are seeing just how we're needing to almost be the puppet masters of our own show at this point, because we really are acting as puppets on strings by the media at this point, and by society and these politicians and all this stuff. It's all so hectic, and I think today is one of those days where we are just really struggling with some of that hecticness. We do have that grand trine who still kind of is being amplified. Not amplified, it's actually coming back into recognition today, because we have the moon who's in Pisces, who's at 17 degrees, and so it sort of starts, as it gets closer to Neptune, it starts to build into a little bit of a grand trine again, with Venus being in Scorpio and with Mars being in Cancer. It's not going to be exact, but it is still going to be a brief moment of respite in all of this. But at the same time, that's not even coming until tomorrow. So it's not even coming until late tonight for my Aussie friends, and it's not coming till your Wednesday morning, or no, your Tuesday morning, I think it is for you guys. So that's still going to have us feeling this big long period of time, I think, on Tuesday, where we are just like, oh man, I'm really feeling it. So late last night on Monday, we would have had the moon who had his conjunction with Saturn. So not even starting last night, but amplifying from last night, that shadow is really out. We're really feeling into the restrictions of life. We're really feeling into the difficulty, and especially when it comes to our money at the moment, especially when it comes to finances. This is a day, once again, I want to make this reading brief because I really just basically want to tell you to not flip your lid. I don't want you to get into this extremely freaked out energy with that Venus opposition with Algol and Uranus. This really freaked out energy about money and not having enough and going down this rabbit hole and doing something silly or doing something just, that is really not the best idea in order to maybe get you ahead in some way, in the sense that maybe you do something for money that you never would normally do and you regret it instantly, you know what I mean? You're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that was fucking stupid, damn it. It's like a backfire. So we have the Six of Cups coming out, which is memories of love. And I spoke a lot in our Astro Tea Astro Tea Weekly, because we have spiritual union coming out here, and we spoke a lot about relationships, obviously because we have this T-Square with Libra, Aries, Cancer, and then we have Capricorn, and we have all this stuff happening with Scorpio, Venus, Uranus. We got a lot of relationship stuff coming on. We got a lot of stuff going on between our shadow side and our identities, the shadow of our identity and the shadow of our relationships. And I think that nostalgia is coming up this week because we're needing to really deal and face with the loss. We have conflict and defeat, as well as loss and spiritual union. So I think some of us are dealing with these realizations of how we've lost partners, we've lost people, we've lost friends, we've lost people in our lives that we loved, truly. And I think this is one of those days of having to mourn it and let it go. I also want to say that this is a warning that if you are in a relationship with someone that you truly care about, this is one of those days where you could do something stupid, say something stupid, do something. This is an energy of breaking up spontaneously without having the right, if you were to break up under this energy, it would be 100% out of wounding. It would be 100% as a result from the shadow. So this conflict and defeat, it's about needing to let yourself be defeated sometimes. You're not always going to be the winner. And that's what this day is. This is very much a day of conflict. We are feeling the pressure. We are feeling the intensity. We are feeling just how much we need to start honoring this emotional world of ours. I'm really seeing his hand on his heart as being this moment to finally allow the sadness in, to finally allow the shadows to actually speak. I feel as though a lot of us are dealing with relationship wounds and wounds that we've dealt with when it comes to witnessing partnerships as children and growing into adults who, with that Venus and Scorpio opposing Uranus, we're needing to shift up and to change our deepest rooted fears and desires and beliefs and all these sorts of things that we have about money and about our resources and about our skills and our worthiness and what we're actually capable of in this life. I feel like a lot of us with this opposition to Uranus are not seeing our genius. We haven't been seeing where we actually have so much abundance around us and where we're needing to stop fighting so hard. This is a day to stop fighting. This is a day to definitely not be fighting and fight to what's going to be coming up, because that shadow is well and truly here. And the shadow is a shadow of loss. And I feel like that ego that could be really coming out today to get in the way of things has to be kept in check, especially with the sun being, with the moon being in Pisces. We can't let ourselves get lost in this fantasy. We can't let ourselves, and especially if it comes to partner stuff, getting lost in a fantasy about a relationship, getting lost in a fantasy, we have disruption coming out of the bottom of the deck. Passion ignited and disruption. So we can't be getting ourselves disrupted by having this, this is literally giving me the energy, like the analogy I'm going to use is literally someone cheating on someone out of nowhere at a club or something, because they literally just have this passionate moment where they see someone and they hit it off and, stuff just escalates and things happen, and all of a sudden the deed is done and it's a holy fuck, what have I done moment. So this is about being intelligent, because the disruption is here. and the passion is ignited. So this disruption is in order to wake you up to your passion. This disruption is in order to wake you up to your fire, your energy, your radiance, your excitement. And that's what all of this is. This massive cardinal T-square is really not something to take lightly. It is really going to have us feeling pressured in all areas of our lives. The big main areas, you know, we have God, and that's the thing. It's going to feel as though God is literally pushing us into something. God is pushing us into or away from something. I feel as though this is a day where we have two options. Sorry, my loves, but my camera just ran out of battery. We're pretty much at the end anyway, but basically what I was just saying is that we have two options. We can either decide to go with the changes that are coming up for us. We can, you know, with this scribe coming out, we can write down our feelings. We can let ourselves express. We can actually let ourselves sort through and work through some of the uncomfortable feelings that we have coming up today. The light attributes is preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So this is one of those days where we're needing to see the power that we have. You know, it's not about seeing where other people have done work that is better than yours. This is about you needing to have a passion. Get excited about what it is that you're passionate about. You know, nobody is ever going to fulfill the exact same path that you were meant to. Even if you guys have the exact same career path that you are interested in, you know, you're never going to have the exact same following the same footsteps as anybody else, because it's literally impossible. You know, somebody else's blueprint is not the blueprint to your success, or somebody else's blueprint to their success is not the same blueprint to your success. So you have to understand where it's about writing a new story at the moment. It's about, you know, creating a new, like I said, I've said a lot recently, but creating a new story, and one that is more so focused on the positive rather than looking at everything that you don't have and feeling like, with this disruption, I'm literally seeing it as feeling caged within the self. This is needing to break out and to break free. And I feel like mental health issues are really going to be coming up. A lot of issues just dealing with some really deep sadness and deep psychological issues, especially with that Venus in the opposition with Uranus. So understand that the best thing that you could be doing for yourself in these moments is trying to keep cool and is trying to, you know, understand your triggers and understanding why certain things are coming up, certain emotions, certain feelings, and instead of acting on them in a silly way and acting on them in, you know, with this disruption, acting on them. This is the Tower card. So it's like, you know, doing something that really shakes things up in like a bit of a like hectic way. And so not just making this decision, like I said with the car thing, don't be going and getting into somebody's car if you're, or even yourself, you know, if you're feeling really emotional and upset about something, do not go driving with your pedal to the metal and all that sort of stuff, because that's a very good chance you could have an accident. So it's just needing to be smart and needing to be intelligent under this energy. So we have the God archetype that says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The shadow attribute is despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So this is about compassion. This is about true, real love. This is about honesty. This is about, you know, benevolence and compassion. It really is about deep, deep, deep love and authentic love and, you know, Venus and Scorpio, purification, purifying the way you approach love, the way you approach relationships, the way you approach money and resources and all those sorts of things. Not seeing it as, you know, money is the root of all evil in so many people's minds, when the reality is that it's actually people that doing things with money. Money doesn't actually do anything. It's a neutral. So, you know, people that have these ideas about money being the root of all evil and stuff are usually people who have difficulty with money themselves. And so we are needing to face these wounds within ourselves, and we're needing to face the music, you know. That's why this God is here. It says recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So recognizing where God is here to help you. And so you don't need to be losing yourself in worry and fear. Instead, I'm hearing God say, lose yourself in faith. Faith instead of fear. Literally that's saying faith over fear. And then the last archetype we have out here is the rescuer. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And like I said, if you have somebody that is in crisis, this is the day to reach out. If you have people that are not doing their best, this is the day to reach out, because things are really going to be intense. So reaching out to the people that you love and being there for people that you love and just being there for people in general out of kindness and compassion just because it's hard, and not needing to receive something out of it. And that's that ego, you know, not needing to get something because you've given. The shadow attributes assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So this is about, you know, letting go, not needing anybody to need you, want you, any of that stuff. You know, this is about that T-Square with Chiron and the Sun and with Mars is about needing to take care of your own needs, understanding your needs, listening to your own needs, and also listening to the needs of others and being in harmonious partnerships and relationships with others, because you're emotionally intelligent enough to understand your own needs, so you can also understand the needs of your family, your partner, and the people around you. It actually, emotional intelligence literally gives you a superpower in every way, shape, and form. And so today is about understanding the power in that intelligence and the power in your emotions and the power that you have when you're actually, you know, looking over your life with these, I'm seeing a bird's eye view, you know, this God and this world thing. I'm literally seeing it as needing to look at your life from a bird's eye view and to take stock of the memories of love. See how much love that you really actually have in your life. There is so much love all around you. And I think today is one of those days where we need to be focusing on the love, because so much is happening in the collective and there's so much hate, you know, there's so much division, there's so much cruelty and all these things. And so we're really needing to be those people that are not focusing on that. We need to focus on the opposite. We need to focus on the love and the light and the beauty. We have bet on you, Las Vegas. I have the resources I need to create the life I deserve. And that's funny because we were literally talking about a show called Little Elvis in my Astro Tea Weekly. So that is a sign. Go watch Astro Tea Weekly, because there's going to be some extra messages in there for you, my loves. But this is really about betting on ourselves at this point and betting on our abilities, our capabilities, the fact that we actually we have a gift, we have beauty, our egos are worth seeing, you know, we're worth shining, we're worth being seen, we're worth being understood, and we have a lot of love around us that we haven't been able to accept. And so I feel like at this point we're needing to deal with the broken parts of us and the parts of ourselves that want to, you know, continue, that's it, in a tangle. Pace yourself. They want to continue sort of keeping yourself held back by making things too hard. I am strong, fierce, capable, and free. I overflow with the energy of creation. So this is about setting ourselves free instead of feeling like we're constantly stuck in a tangle. Unconditional love. I love to love and be loved. So we're in a tangle at the moment because we're overthinking things. There's too much pressure. You know, that moon in Pisces, we're really feeling, you know, he's wedged between Saturn and Neptune today. So we are really feeling where we are in a bit of a tangle. We are in between two worlds at this point, and things feel really strange. And the best thing that we can do is just be in this unconditionally loving energy, to be in this passion, to be in this love, to be in, you know, this energy of being there for people, because people are going to be really losing their shit. Like I said, people are going to be struggling. So this is even like if you're out on the street and you see someone breaking down and having a really hard time, go up to them. Go ask them if you can help them in some way. You know, we need to understand how important it is to be there for other people and to treat people the way we wish to be treated ourselves. Pace yourself, stop rushing. I move at my own pace in a healthy, loving way. And that's what this T-Square is about with Chiron. It's about not pushing ourselves to reach the top of the mountain before we're ready. You know, this is about us needing to, I'm hearing the word Sherpa. So we need to understand where we sometimes need to be guided by an external force that can help us get to where we're going. And sometimes that external force knows better than we do. And if it tells us to be quiet, if it tells us to stop, to pace ourselves, we need to listen, because we don't want to be getting rescued off that mountain because we, you know, we're too silly to have the intelligence to know what it is that we needed to actually, you know, that we needed to open up and that we needed to listen and that we needed to not be so rigid and in such like a boxed in ideal of this is the way things need to be. I need to get here and arrive by this exact time, otherwise it's a failure. You know, the fact is, whether you reach the top of the mountain or not, the journey is about getting to the top. The achievement is reaching the top. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. And as well, the journey is a part of the process. So you can't even get to the top without that journey. So if you're not understanding how important the journey is, then getting to the top is not even going to feel half as good as you wished that it did. So bet on yourself right now and bet on love, because love is what is going to help get us out of these horrible feelings of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I suck, I'm a piece of shit. You know, self-confidence issues, big time, and emotional issues. We're all needing to learn to deal with our emotions, because we're a society of people in the Western world who don't know how to deal with emotions. We don't know how to bet on ourselves. We don't know how to trust, all these sorts of things. So we're really needing to work through an awful lot. So give yourself patience. Give yourself grace today because it's not an easy day. Now, I'm going to leave this reading there, my loves. I would like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments for allowing me to receive and to deliver this message for you guys. Make sure you do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because it really helps to help share my channel to other astro nerds like me and you. If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology reading, the link is down below. Make sure you check out your channel's songs for the week. Make sure you check out Astro Tea Weekly and the full moon reading as well. So I love you guys so much. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves today. Please take care of yourselves today. I'm giving you all the love in the world. We will get through this. It's okay. Love you guys. Oh, also let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for future videos and stuff like that as well. Any feedback, all that kind of jazz. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.